How you guys doing? Michelle Morningstar. More health bagels that way. I don't know what that means. Quickly fed the boys and the ducks and the cats and the ducks and the cats. Hi, Pixie. Wow, she's so naughty. She just jumps on the bed and she starts tearing the plastic apart. Just because she's so happy that I'm live. What a thumbnail! Yeah, I just took that thumbnail a few seconds ago when Enzo was in the pool. Happy New Year! Thank you, Deborah, and the same to you. Yeah, and you know, guys, it's actually very technical. You can't just take a picture and load it up as a thumbnail. The system doesn't accept it always if the actual the bits size on that thumbnail is too big. So you have to actually take a screenshot of the picture you took, and you can load that up. Those are little things you learn as you go along with YouTube and all these different systems that's going. So you really have to become an expert if you want to do this full time, because when you take a nice picture, you're going to set your settings to its highest quality, and that is not going to be accepted. It's not. It just bombs out and you have to start over, and then you see, I can resume it. There it is. And then if you don't do it, you've got 2 lives booked. You see what I mean? So there's so many little things that you learn over the years how to. Oh, Benny, he's just making still that noise. So yeah, it's not just getting in there and having a life. You have to know what you're doing, and something like that can really prevent you from going live. But yeah, I took a picture of Enzo and Diego as they were. I actually made a video, but the water is absolutely beautiful. And there goes Enzo. He just ate. That's all he left over. Diego's still busy. Denise! Oh, thank you, Denise! That's the first donation for the new year. Can you believe it? Now I took the Porsche for a drive, went to the mall, but everything is closed today, so it's very difficult to do anything. It is a holiday. That is what it is. So, but I had a great time driving the Porsche a little bit. And I'm so happy that I have passed that stage where I need to get it as fast as possible. And it is fast, guys. I detuned it. And I can now just get into it and enjoy it. Take it for a ride and get back home, park it just like I took it out of the garage. I'll walk there now. Are you fed up now, Diego? I remember once doing an experiment with the tigers. I fed them until they were filled up. And they filled up real quick. They couldn't really take as much food as one would think they could. Thank you so much, Denise. Jancy, are you still up? Well, you guys are probably on your way for the second day of the year already. So I guess Japan is first, and then it should be you guys. And no, New Zealand first, and then you guys, and then us, and the rest of Europe. So you can tell us if it is a good day or a bad day. If it's a bad day, we just stay in bed. If it's a good day, we get up and we go and do what we can. These cats, they are all around, and guys, they take so little space. They don't take much space at all. I see there's some clouds, well, everywhere. I've got the big tamale turned up, on its side, because the sun is over there at the moment behind those clouds. Ducks are running around. Put that little cage over a lemon tree so they can't eat it, because they were starting to eat the tree. But yeah, we have a cloudy summer. That is how summer is. And after January, we will have... Hey, what did I see there? Jensia, thank you so much. But yeah, we will have a lot of rain, especially in now I want to say November. In February we will have a lot of rain. Look at all those birds on that branch, and it's one of those little orange birdies as well. So we have clouds everywhere. It's nice. It's not that hot then. That's what saves us from getting all that heat, and our altitude, because we're at 5,000 feet. That helps that we don't have that terrible heat. But they said it was going to rain the whole day. It didn't. They were wrong. How can they still get it wrong? You just say what happened last year and you'll be basically correct. And these kittens, the three, where are the other one? Or where's the other one now? I wonder why he's not there. But they hang around here all the time. As long as they don't hang around in here, I'm happy. Diego, did you finish those? There's still 2 chickens left. But hey, let's go that way. I ran around now, so my hair is a mess. But I'm not planning on entering any competitions or anything now. So that's my job. I know when there's a holiday, I work. Then everybody else gets off and I have to do the work. That's the price you pay for having things that you are the one in charge of. And there's nothing you can do about that. The little kitten, guys, I wish... I did make a video. I'm going to post it. I don't know if I should post it today. It's the video of when I woke up this morning. What did I see? What did I wake up to this morning? And it's a nice video. I'll show you guys. There he is with his mommy. He was playing so much today. He was just running around. Oh, here's the other one. Hey, are you guys chasing cats? I've got 2 cats you can chase if you want. Do you want to go chase them? I can arrange it quickly. The one is up there and the other one probably went around the corner just now. Oh no, there he is. There he is. I always say that a dog that chases a cat just has not chased the right cat yet. Yeah, if he's going to chase that cat, there's going to be big problems. But as I know the tigers, they'll probably run. Denise, Happy New Year, Zoo House. Yeah. Let me read some comments. I'm fine, Liam. How are you doing? How's those cathedrals? When are you posting that video about the cathedrals? I want to watch it. Michael, why was Enzo jumping on Diego so much yesterday? He just does that. You know, they get excited. They're standing in the same spot. They want to get out and go and play in the pool. But he does that. I think he's holding Diego down, actually, to be honest with you. Because Diego has got some very sharp edges. And if Enzo can basically hold him down, he's got, let's say, I don't want to say upper hand, but he feels more comfortable holding Diego at bay than just leaving him to do whatever he wants. Because when he turns around, he's sharp. He's sharp on all the sides, and there's normally a little blood involved. So I think Enzo was just holding him down. Yeah. Atlanta first in Deborah's world, showing dominance. That's why they jump on each other. Yeah, I think it's like if you've got the opportunity to stand next to a sharp object, you'd want to put your finger on it just so you can hold it away from you. that's that's what I think. But yeah, Enzo always does that. Happy New Year, RJ. Thank you, RJ. To you guys also. All the beautiful creatures. Are you subbed? Thank you. Hoi. Henum, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. I feel there's a little wind picking up now. Yeah, it's nice, I have to say, after you've done the run around to feed all the animals. Diego, come out from behind there. Enzo, are you not going to swim again? I'm going to close the water up. I'm not going to put more water in now because there's enough in. They can lie down in the water and be comfortable. That's what it's about. A little peacock walking with his mommy, and she showed him the inside of the house today. This one is climbing through. Bronzy, move out of the way, wants to go down. But that little one was inside. Well, they went upstairs. There goes Macefall, just missed Macefall now. They went up. She showed that little one the whole house inside today, and it was the first time that she showed the little one. They are so clever. They know exactly what to show and how to teach, where to go and where not to go. I'm not going to feed them chickens today. I fed them tins of cat food. That's why I was able to go live now. So here's the Porsche. Took it for a nice ride and had some fun. It's always fun to drive this car. Haven't driven the BMW for a few days. I don't really take it out when it looks like there's going to be rain and stuff. I really look after it, guys, and especially this one in the rain. I don't let this car drive in the rain. That one I've put a cover on again, but I am worried that she is going to use the car to jump on the wall. That's this wall over here. And I am worried that she's going to let the little one jump on the wall and that the little one can go over the wall. So that's not a good thing at all. But if she goes over, there is always these garage doors at the back where they can land on. So they can actually be on that part if the little one goes over. But mommy will definitely show not to go over. Yeah, it's a good thing, believe me. Diego, come and say hi to everyone. They're all on the other side of the world. We're the only ones on this side. Enzo, are you going to take a nap? Yeah, he's going to take a nap. Look at the water running out of his mouth, guys. Now, a tiger does that. When you realize how big and strong and whatever they are, you start noticing the drool coming out of their mouth constantly. Because they are just big. That it is just a thing. There's funny things that you notice when you pay good attention to a tiger. many years that is. And the first time he opened his mouth all the way, and I saw those two holes in, well, right at the back of his throat, on the upper side. These two holes. And I thought he was broken. It turned out they got those two holes there. Yeah, it came standard with the tiger. Diego, you're walking around like you are looking for trouble. Yeah, they were playing earlier, having a nice swim in the perfectly clean pool. They really enjoy it. Yeah, can you believe it? There he is now, just showing his belly off. Diego? When they go to sleep at night, guys, they are so peaceful. They really don't have any worry in the world. They just fall down, sleep, and keep on sleeping and dreaming until the morning comes. I think that is probably the best gift that you can give any animal. Is just the gift of resting, because it's not easy to just do that in a world that is wild, because you might just not, you might, let's face it, you might just wake up dead. And they don't. They have a great safety net, I can call it. And over, could be any combination of things. Yeah, it's not easy to dream. I don't dream these days. I don't know why. I used to dream so much. Every night I used to dream a few dreams, and I feel it's like guidance. It's like answers to your questions. But in the last few weeks, I have not dreamt. I don't think I'm supposed to be guided at this moment. I think I must just do what I need to do. That's how I can interpret it. Yeah, Diego loves his light. His life. Said Pollard. Yeah, he likes it. I think there's always someone who tells me, free them, release them in the wild. You know, you get that a lot. But when you have kept them and you've seen how comfortable their life is and how their lives would have been over already, they're at the age. They are older than tigers usually get. So seeing them at this age with what they have learned here at the zoo house, and they've been able to apply that to their lives, and now they've still got all their teeth, they've still got perfect health, they can now live a life that tigers don't usually even age to. So I don't know, maybe that beats being released in the wild. And if you release them here in South Africa, you will have really big problems because they hunt daily. They're not like a packer or a pride of lions that hunts and then takes a week to consume the meat. Nope. They go for a new piece of meat every single day. And that would really be a problem in the wild. Not only that, where do you find food in the wild these days? I mean, let's take this plot or this area where the zoo house is built. Guys, this is the first time there's a building on this piece of land. So 100 years ago, there was nothing here. So this was the wild. There used to be lions around. They got caught up and taken away. And they're not in our wild around where we live. People used to think that in South Africa, tigers and lions and everything was walking around. And it is not true. We have never had wild lions in the fields. And we've got many fields around us. And I once saw a hyena. Once. And that was approximately 20 years ago. You'll get your snakes and those kind of animals, but that's it. You're not going to find a lion unless someone has got a lion that escaped, that they were keeping, and it's not legal to keep a lion because it's a South African animal. Basically what they say is it can be released back into the wild. But tigers cannot, because this kind of weather is perfect for a tiger. But this is not what our weather is like usually. We've got sunny days basically every day. So it becomes very, very dry, and that is not the kind of wild that a tiger needs. So South Africa has a lot of European settlers. Yeah, we have, let's say you've got the French, you've got the Irish, you've got the English, you've got mostly the Dutch. The Dutch are probably the biggest part of the settlers that came to South Africa. In 1652, April, I think it was, I can't remember, let's just say around about the 10th of April or 13th of April, 1652, Jan van Riebeeck came to the Cape of Good Hope. But they knew about it because the Portuguese was here way before, in the 1500s already. I remember the other day looking at the cross that they built in, I think it was about 15, I'm not correct on when exactly, but it was in the 1500s. I know the history well. They don't teach this history in school to the children. That's why we do not have the ability to compete with other countries when it comes to school, because they have just changed every single thing about school. So yeah, Vasco da Gama came to South Africa many years ago, and then he went, wait. I think he came down, but he went back, and then he never came around the southern point of Africa. So there was this guy, Bartolomeus Dias, also Portuguese, and he came down Africa, went around. Now he wanted to find the end point of Africa, where you go around the point. They were searching for that. They didn't know how long way it was going to be to get around Africa. Because if they could get around Africa, they could go to India for trading and stuff. So Bartolomeus Dias came down, and he found the cross that they placed in the Cape area, but they didn't find the way around yet. So he went, and then he found that way around. But They went east for another 3 days. Was it east? Yeah, they went east for another 3 days. And then all the people on the boat started complaining. We want to go home. We don't want to go. He said, no, but we can go around to India. It's just around the corner. It's like 10,000 miles with a wooden ship. And they said, no, we want to go home. So they went back. They didn't go further up, but they did get around the southern point of Africa. And then as they went back, I think it was about 10 years later, he wanted to take that trip again. So he did. And guys, they don't call it the Cape of Storms for nothing. If there's a storm in those seas and you're on a boat, you've got problems. So the ship was capsized and they all drowned. They didn't make it around to go to India. But I guess everybody didn't die and they were able to tell the tale. And yeah, so the Portuguese was here first. I've got my own theories of what they saw here, because there's certain things that you see when you get to the coast of Africa, and it can be interpreted wrong, but I just should not even say it. It's just going to put fire in the fuel. Do you speak Afrikaans? Ja, ek praat Afrikaans. Ek praat heeldag Afrikaans hier so met al my mense. Dis baie min dat ek eintlik Engels praat. Ek praat oor die algemeen heeltyd net Afrikaans. I just said I just speak Afrikaans all the time. Afrikaans is a very, very young language. It's the newest. Let's just say, if you've got Windows 150, this will be it. So Afrikaans is a very new language. It is made up out of different words like plafond. That is a ceiling in French. In Afrikaans it's plafond. You see what I mean? And then you get things like what can I say? Framboos. Framboos is like that's now a difficult one. Raspberry. Frambois. That's French. So we've got some French in Afrikaans. We've got mostly Dutch. We can talk directly to Dutch people. They will understand us. And we will understand them. German is a little bit more difficult, although German is also quite close. It's a Germanic language, Afrikaans. But Afrikaans is a developed language. It is a language where you can basically say anything in. In fact, you can say more things in Afrikaans than you will be able to say in English. Like if you have to say, the cat walks through the table. You cannot say that. It's not possible. The cat, you can say the cat walks under the table. The cat, but that means it's walking under the table. It's not coming out the other side. You have to basically say, the cat walks under, the cat enters under the table and walks out the other side. That's how you have to say that sentence. In Afrikaans, you just say, die kat loop onder deur die tafel. You see what I mean? So Afrikaans is a language that was changed so it could explain more with less words. And I've spent a lot of time on languages, and when you start seeing the tenses and the unnecessary in a language, and you see how much effort the unnecessary takes up, in Afrikaans it doesn't exist. That is the thing about Afrikaans. And I will always be Afrikaans because I relax while I speak Afrikaans. When I speak English, I have to basically translate it from Afrikaans. If I speak French, I have to translate it from Afrikaans. And well, since English is my second language, I will most probably translate the French from the English. Because, yeah, you will never find, I'm going to say, you will find maybe 5 people in the world who speaks Afrikaans that can speak French. So French is a very difficult language when you try and approach it from a dramatic point. All those, well, German, Dutch, Afrikaans, it's totally different. You pronounce everything totally different. Real Afrikaans are dark like me. No, it's not. You were told wrong. You just have to look at the last few years and you will understand. You have to be very... The old Afrikaans people were people that built. That's what they did. They developed. They built roads, railways, apartments, houses, golf courses. And then, well, sorry baby boomers inherited it. And they profited from it. But the old people were the ones who built it with their own hands. Because guys, you cannot match that skill. You cannot match the skill that those old people had. If you drive through the town of Brakpan, where I live, and you look at all the apartment buildings, you see a new class of built quality. It's built perfectly. Now I can show you my house. Look at this. Look at the brickwork. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I'll tell you, this is still good. I have seen very bad. But if you go and you see those apartment buildings, those were real builders. Those were artisans. They were basically trained to lay bricks, bricklayers, and cast floors and do all of those things. That was their profession. And that doesn't exist anymore. It's very seldom that you will find a building that was built in the last 30 years that is built well. That skill is just gone. And I can see that every time I drive down the road here in Brakpan, South Africa. I can see all that perfectly laid bricks everywhere. But the houses are disappearing. If you leave a house for a while, it will just disappear. It will be broken down and taken. Yeah, I don't think the Europeans are leaving. I think people with a lot of money are leaving. And they're coming back. The other day I read that there's more people leaving New Zealand than deciding to stay there. They are just leaving and they don't know why. So people are constantly leaving, and they are looking for Afrikaans people to come and live in New Zealand because they bring skill and they can work. And well, if you guys remember Anthony, the guy who used to work for me when Enzo was a little cub, he also used to swim with Enzo and play with Enzo. Now he's in New Zealand right now, living there permanently. But he will come back because you cannot leave South Africa. You can leave South Africa, but South Africa won't leave you. We have gotten used to a perfect environment. I'm not talking about the people around us. I'm talking about the elements. We've got beautiful days. Guys, this is the worst day I've seen in a year. Beside a little storm or something that we get. That happens. But we have perfect weather all year round. All year round. Even the winters. The winters are my favorite. It's not that cold. You don't close the door in your house during the winter. It's not necessary. Well, at least not here at my house. I believe there's some places that gets very cold, but I have seen what South Africa is. It's damn perfect. I really enjoy living here. It's funny how people were told many years ago what South Africa was like. Like the lions roaming the streets. And we do have here and there a town where you will have a hippo that shows up or an elephant. It happens. But not really in the developed towns and cities. Yeah, I think because let's face it, guys, the same people that went to the United States went to Africa. It's the same people. I mean, New York was called New Amsterdam. That's the Dutch. Why don't the Americans speak Afrikaans? That's my biggest question. I've told Deborah this before. Deborah, you know the story. I believe there was a day when they had to decide what language will be spoken in the United States. And they decided that it would be English. Probably flipped a coin. That's what made them speak English instead of Dutch and developing into a language that would be now called Afrikaans. Have you ever thought about that? Just think about, maybe you guys on the other side of the world could have been Afrikaans as well. Because that's how it happened over here. Does that make sense? That sounds crazy, but there's just so many languages. I mean, we do have Italian people here. We don't have many Italian people, but I personally know 2 or 3. So I think New York got much more Italian influence than South Africa, anywhere in South Africa. Yeah, 5,000 feet are nice. It's nice and cool. If you go down to Durban, that is now the coast, you get this pressure. Now, atmospheric pressure at sea level is 101.3 kPa, if my memory serves me right. So up here it's a little lower. It's not that high, the pressure, but because you have to remember, pressure comes from stacking all of this air on top of molecules of air on top of molecules of air. So the higher you pack them, the higher the pressure is going to be. That's why when you go up to a mountain and you want to cook food, sometimes you're so high that the pressure is so low that the water boils, but you can put your hand in it and you won't burn. That's why you've got a steam pot to get the pressure up so you can reach those temperatures that cooks the food. It's silly. The old people knew all of this stuff. They were very intelligent. If possible for you, right here as a mode. Yeah, the thing is, if Michelle, I mean, if possible for you, right here as well. Yeah, if you're a mod, ooh, guys, you get the heat. It's not because he's hiding the camera that he doesn't hug the tigers. He respects Ender and Diego so he doesn't enter the enclosure when they're in there. Yeah, yeah, that's looking for trouble. The worst thing you can do is to go in by that tiger and go and play with him. Don't play with him, guys. He's going to hurt you really bad. A lot of people think that they can, maybe if they tame. There's no such thing. They are, even if they tame, they will hurt you in places you did not know you had. I think the superior race is the race that can listen the best. That's how you're going to find the superior race. Because everybody thinks they know all the answers and they're just ready to be put in charge. Just put me in charge. I'm going to fix it all. And then they make a big bugger up of it. And they don't realize that the person who can do the best is the one who can take the best advice. You should also maintain distance with Sher Khan. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a settler. I was just born here and I live here. And I've never been, well, I have been in Europe, but I haven't been to Europe. So I can see you are a little aggressive when it comes to that. That's okay. That's okay. I can take that because I don't have a problem with people not knowing everything. And you are simply acting on what you know, or what you think, or what someone has told you. But there's much more to be learned. It's easy to jump to a conclusion or to just accept everything that you've learned. Like when I started this conversation, I didn't say that the Irish came to South Africa. I didn't say that the English came to South Africa. I didn't say that the Dutch came to South Africa first. I said the Portuguese came to South Africa first. And I'm not Portuguese. I've got nothing to gain by saying that. In fact, I will look less competent by admitting that. Yet I admit it. Because it's the truth. I'm not going to change the truth. That's something people has to realize first. Don't change the truth, because then you're just wrong. But there was no one in this area, because there are areas that are even warmer than where we live now. That is better to occupy first. So people were living there first, not here. It means there's a chicken starting to crow. But I think what we should do is we should give each person the recognition that they deserve. Each person that did something and invented something and put the effort in to develop something. I think that is a better way of just acknowledging what people are. Because it's not groups of people who develop stuff, it's singular people. They develop things. Yeah, Pretoria is warmer than Brakpan. That's my mom saying that. And my great-granddad is probably buried in Pretoria. So I've got a picture of him, and he came to Cape Town in 1899. So he hasn't, my ancestors hasn't been in Africa as long as most of the Dutch, the Portuguese, the French, and so on. So my ancestors only came here in 1899, but I suppose from my maternal side, my great-grandma came here when she was a young girl. And my great-granddad from my paternal side came here when he was probably 15 or 16 years old. So we weren't exactly part of the wars and stuff here in South Africa. I'm glad about that. I feel that that's a great burden not to have on you. Do you know which part of Europe your ancestors were from? Yes, my grandma, my great-grandma on my mother's side came from Hamburg. So she was German. And her surname was Miller. Yeah, Miller. And then on my grandpa's side, it's from Ireland, Northern Ireland. So yeah, you can basically, there's a joke that we always make, and we say my great-granddad was from Hamburg and my great-grandmother was from Frankfurt, and I'm not sure if I'm a hamburger or a Frankfurter. Hey, where's that little one? I hear the little one searching for you. So, light rain falling, just perfect. It was so warm. Hey, leave that cat. Remember what I said about chasing cats. If you want to chase a big cat, we can arrange it. Oh, here's the little one now back. So happy to see his mom. Did you guys eat? Yeah, so, you know, all of our ancestors, we don't really have much of an idea. I think when it comes to the 1500s, the 1400s, the 1300s, there was a lot of dark ages where things weren't recorded. So it's a little tricky to just know that my ancestors came from Ireland. I don't know if they were, how many generations they were in Ireland. I mean, thousands of years have passed. So what I can tell you is they were from Earth. Let's narrow it down, guys. They were not from the moon. Yeah, it's funny. But I guess it's strange to live on African soil if you are European. I guess it is weird. Although for us that were born here, and my dad was born here, and his dad was born here, and that's just the youngest of our whole South African people to be in this country. We have been here the least amount of time. Then the Dutch were here for a long, long time. But yeah, many people didn't know it. I think when we grew up in the 80s, and we knew everything about the US, because that's what we had. We were able to watch the US daily on TV. We watched the Cosby Show before we went to school every Thursday. I mean, we watched all the American shows, but they never knew about us. We were just there. If you look at the building style of all the houses here in South Africa, it's the English building style. If it weren't for the English, we would not have these brick houses. We would not have these brick buildings, because that's all the English building style. If you look at the American building style, it's totally different to how we build houses. I mean, I can zoom into an apartment building now, just on the other side of the big Tamale. There it is, there by that light. There you will see a place called Tweedy Park. Now that is an old age home. That's the highest building in Brakpan. So if you look at something like this rail, let's take this rail, and you line it up, and you line it up, and you line it up, and you get it level. And now you can compare it to that building. My house is about as high as that building. So, yeah.
Michael, Deborah's asking for cream, and people want to know if the baby peacock was found.
Unfortunately, I do not know where that baby peacock went. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't live anymore, because I've made that mistake once. I lost a peacock, and a year later, that peacock was brought back to me and just continued living here. And that is probably the one that's walking around there with the little one. So it could be that the little one went out the gate and got picked up by someone. It happens.
Michael, Deborah wants to know about the cream.
Let's do the cream. That's a great idea. Oh, sorry, I'm just flipping here between all these things. If the rain has stopped, but yeah, it's so light. The rain is so light that it's just refreshing. Oh, and it's almost an hour. Let me quickly go and do that. I don't want to keep these lives on for more than an hour, because then it gets a bit long for people to watch. An hour, well, you can put it on, you can speed it up if you like, you know, and you can listen to what I say, because I don't speak that fast. So you can listen to what I say in half an hour if you just make it twice the regular speed. Or if you go 4 times as quick, you can do it in 15 minutes. Let's go give them this cream. Come on, Diego, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Enzo! Oh, I got it in your nose, Diego. Oh, he loves this stuff, guys. This is his favorite part of the life. Just that is in his nose. Hope he doesn't breathe it right into his lungs. Luckily his lungs are about 3 feet away from here because he's so huge. Come on, Enzo, come and get some cream. Billy, there you go. Okay, Enzo, here you go. Oh, this is nice stuff, eh? They love this. Dainty's just waiting for it to drop. There you go, Enzo. Chicken and cream. Yeah, guys, these tigers are on a strict chicken and cream diet. And I'm sure that it is fine for them to have the cream. I know there's a lot of people that tell me, you can't feed them cream. You can feed anything basically cream. You go and taste it and tell me it's not good, and then we'll talk about it. But it tastes great. And I think since Billy, is that your eyebrow or what is that? So when they are little, they do drink from their mom. I guess that's the closest to cream you can get. Tiger milk. Hey, Diego. Yeah, he loves this so much. Now it's raining a little bit more than a couple of minutes ago. Okay, Dainty, look at him with his feet. Look how nicely he treats those toes. And he's going to lick them, guys. Look at that, he licks the dog's toes. Diego has got a great sense of compassion. You won't say it when he eats those chickens and he puts up a show. But he's also acting. I have realized that he can act. I can ask him to growl and he will growl on demand. It's finished, Diego. It's over. It's finished like this live. Look at him with those toes. And he realizes that these are his friends. If he doesn't have these, it's a lonely, lonely world, guys. So he recognizes the necessity of having companions, and he appreciates it. Let me just put this down. Yeah, it's true. He understands, and he can actually have mercy on Billy there. He knows that Billy's old. He understands it. I don't know how he does it. We thought they were just vicious apex predators, man-eaters, but they have got a compassionate side. It's a little less in Enzo, but Diego is just off the charts on both sides. He has got the most anger issues and he's got the most compassion. He's got a wide range personality for a tiger, but he is perfect as he is. There's nothing I want to change on him. Diego isn't growling. Very nice of him. Yeah, he is actually nice, Mango. He's got a very good personality. But I can tell you, he can change it like that. He can change it really quick. Look at him there now, by the ducks. He was just chilling here with the ducks now. He knows them. He knows them well. There he goes. Now he's by the dogs on that side. So Paul asked me to mention the tragic event in New Orleans. There are 10 dead and at least 30 injured. Praise for all. I haven't seen what happened. I'll go and check it out, Denise. Yeah, those things happen. You can't believe it, how things happen. And you know, it's the one thing after the other. And it's always been like that. Just, it was never possible to tell the whole world about it. Since we now have the internet and YouTube, we are able to see what this world is really about and how things happen. You know, it's sometimes I think, oh, there goes Enzo, just greeted him. Sometimes it's better not to know. I really think that people should consider paying less attention to certain events because it can impact you very negatively. And it's just terrible. But I'll go check what happened. I really have got no idea. These days I can feel I don't carry my phone with me as much. I also take a break from social media because it just becomes too much. But yeah, I hope everything gets settled as soon as possible. I'm on a disability pension, so I don't work, luckily, but I have to go out with my support worker to go food shopping today. That's nice. I'm glad you get to go out.
Michael, as far as New Orleans goes, somebody decided to have not a good day, but just decided to take their car and plow into a bunch of people
Oh man.
and then shoot at cops. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that was that.
Oh, well, yeah, that's as bad as you can get it. But yeah, guys, some people are very sensitive, and one thing ticks them off, and they can do such a thing. So we have to understand that there is people like that in the world, and you should treat everyone very nicely because you are at the mercy of anyone. I believe Mike Tyson once was interviewed. He talked to a person and he was just being a nice guy. Mike Tyson, can you believe it? He had a conversation with this one person, and then the police wanted to talk to him later on about this person. And it turns out that that guy went and he took a gun and he hurt a lot of people and killed people. But he didn't went after Mike Tyson because he was good mannered and respectful towards that person that killed all those other people. And that is a perfect example of how you should treat anyone. Because if you don't know who you are talking to. You will never know until it's too late. But yeah, I don't want to go into that now, but I'm just glad Mike Tyson did do the things he did the way he does things, because that probably saved him. Yeah, that's a, you guys can search it. It's how it is. But yeah, I'm glad he's safe and he gets to live still into his old age. That would be great to see him do that.
Bye, everyone. Tot ziens. Adios. I'll be the same. Ciao. Au revoir. Saijan, sayonara, namaste.
We have to understand.
I'll be the same.
People like that.
Let me see.
You should treat everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
That's my favorite one, Michelle.
That's all that I can think of right now. Anyways, Happy New Year, everybody.
ziens.
Love y'all.
You forgot about tot ziens. That's Afrikaans. Until we see you again. That's what